is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. A lot of people have been weighing in on the status, the state of Tcgplayer and selling platforms altogether. And I wanted to give my 2 cents and weigh in a little bit. I did, about a week or so ago, kind of go all in when it came to Tcgplayer and the API thing, because I feel like that is, of all the changes they can make, that's one very simple one that could do a lot of good for a lot of people. But I do also recognize that it's not that easy. There are a lot of people that work for Tcgplayer. There are a lot of things that are involved. There are a lot of moving pieces that make things probably harder to take care of and harder to change. And that is a part of this whole talk. Some have already talked about it and had some good takes. We'll talk about that as well. But before we get into kind of how I feel about Tcgplayer and really just selling platforms in general, my name is Bronzgod and I sell trading cards on Tcgplayer and eBay. Soon, Mana Pool, we're going to be, getting to that here soon. We've been doing about $40,000 a year in sales, mostly in bulk. We do have 2 other channels, one for gaming, one for weight loss. Those are in the description. If either of those interests you, make sure you check those out. And we have a growing list of affiliate codes. If you want to check those out, you can save a little money. I can make a little money. And then everyone wins. So I've made it no secret on this channel that Tcgplayer is my main. It is my main weapon. That is what I use to sell cards. And I love it. The direct program is awesome. I've had my moments where I've thought about leaving and and coming back, but there's so many good things about Tcgplayer, and it's why I get frustrated with the way things are right now. Watching this, I'm sure many of you out there have seen many of the other takes and many of the other videos that have come out. Louis, Mason, Rob, pretty much nailed every single point possible. But ultimately, I look at Tcgplayer like your friend that never left high school when you graduated. You know, when you graduate and things change and you get a family and, maybe you have some kids and you're not your same self anymore. And then 10 or 15 years later, when a holiday comes, your buddy comes back in and he's just the same that he was 15 years ago. That's what Tcgplayer is to me right now. And it sucks because just like that friend that you haven't seen who's never changed, you want the best for them because they make the best for you. There's a lot of amazing things that Tcgplayer has to offer. And when there's so many there are a lot of changes happening. There's probably more positive changes that have happened in the last year or two than in the last 5 or 10 when it comes to online selling, the technology, the improvements, the AI, like everything. And when you see everybody, for the most part, doing it better, and you don't see that motion on the site that you've grown to love over time selling, who is the top dog, who is the main man in the room, it kind of makes you feel a certain way because it makes you wonder if they're even trying, which I know they're trying. Louis had brought up a good point about, the bureaucracy of things. It probably takes, I think Mason did too. There's so many people that work for this company now and they make so much money that the simplest change has to go through so many avenues that by the time it gets to the end of that line, these smaller companies can just do what they want and get it out faster. And I feel like that's the big hurdle, especially with, with the way Scan and Identify operates. I've made it no secret that Scan and Identify is not my favorite thing to use. I've been, ever since I hit Card Uploader, it's been Card Uploader or bust. That thing is just better in almost every way. I know I'm a smaller seller, so a store out there who might use Sort Swift or any of these other programs, pick your poison. They're all good. But Scan Identify really isn't, it's not that good. And at least compared to the other things. And when you don't get the updates that you want, or the updates that come out aren't the ones that people have been clamoring for years, like integrated shipping and this and that, it makes you wonder if it feels like you're not being heard, right? integrated shipping, as brain dead as I think it is, I don't know the technology. I don't know how hard it is to be on the back end. I don't know how much spaghetti code is with Tcgplayer and how old their site is, if it's even possible. If they're working on building a whole new frame for their site so they can do that. Like, I don't know how all that works, and I'm sure it takes a lot more effort than I can even think of. But when you have smaller companies like a tenth of the size doing it, it really makes you wonder, like, is it really that hard? What is the issue in stopping it, and why can't it be better? Because I like Tcgplayer. I like selling there. Yes, some cards you can make less on. Yes, there's more optimal ways to go about selling certain things, but there's a reason why the TCG marketplace price is the price that most people go to when comping cards, other than last sold free bay. There's obviously certain aspects that you don't, but for the most part, it's let me check Tcgplayer, right? There's a reason why they have been the best for a long time, and it just feels like that they're just not growing with the times, and if they are, it's not fast enough. And I hate to see it happen. Not to throw any shade at any other sites. Mana Pool I haven't sold on yet. I'll be selling on there soon. I've heard it's great. The fee structure is great. This, that, the other. Obviously, Sword Swift is coming up crazy. They've been around for a while, but they're doing obviously really great things over there. All these different technologies and AIs and this, that, the other. That's just improving every aspect of this business. And to see your main squeeze, the thing that you've relied on for a while to sell cards, not keeping up with that, it's very frustrating, and it's disheartening in a way. And I don't want to. I thought I wanted to do this yesterday, but I wanted to think about it a little bit because I don't want to go like ham. Right? I don't want to be like, F these guys, and these guys don't know what they're doing. They're smart people. They know what they're doing. But on the flip side of that coin, if they know what they're doing, you have to imagine that not just in this last week when me and other people, on YouTube have been talking about it more, you have to believe that they've known about these wants and needs for a while, right? Like, if they don't, then that's a problem. But they probably do. And it's basically been confirmed by some people who get to talk to them. And it just really makes you wonder why. What has been so important? Is the Roka Sifter, as great of a machine that is that really like the end all be all right now? Like, could we maybe weave in some of these smaller things that we've wanted all this time, and then parcel them out differently? In my video about the API thing, they raised our fees, and literally the only thing we've gotten is a better upgrade to scan and identify, and the Sifter coming out. And it's not a better update. It's basically the same. It's still very inaccurate. It still has a horrible time doing Pokemon, and it just makes you really wonder what the issue is. And I'm going to continue to hold out hope. I don't ever want to leave Tcgplayer. Things may change where it might make more sense to start selling on multiple platforms. Once I start taking, trying out these other things and other tools like Sword Swift and whatnot, and starting to really kind of figure out where I want to do things. But for the way my business is right now, it thrives on Tcgplayer. It really does. I've always wanted to play the volume game, right? It's important to put things at other places to get the margins in where you can, but I've always wanted to just play the margin game, buy a card for a penny, sell it for 20, 25 cents. I don't care. Just get it out of here. And it works, and it's worked real well. And I've gotten out of debt doing that, and it's fantastic. But guys, man, it gets really hard to keep that conviction in a site that you love selling on when you see everybody else doing it better. It makes you want to switch teams, right? in school and everything, when you're on a team and it's not doing hot and you see everyone else doing things a different way, it makes you wonder, do I leave? Because I know it's a business, but I feel like I have like a commitment to them almost. Like I have faith in this company and what they've done. So I almost feel like I'll be backstabbing them by leaving. I know that's weird and it's probably not the case, but I've got time and memories vested in this place, and I don't want to leave. I don't want it to go away. But if they don't shape up, you know, it's gonna be rough. And they don't really put out that many like notices on like what they're working on and what to look forward to. It's just update, plop it out there, and then that's it. And it's like, come on, guys. Like, can we get at least an acknowledgement that integrated shipping is something you're working on? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think we've ever heard any actual acknowledgement of, yep, this is on our radar and this will be coming out roughly in a year. At least the acknowledgement of some of these things, I think, would be enough to be like, okay, at least they know. So, I've been getting a lot of survey things lately. I'm sure you have too. So make sure you fill those out. Tell them what you really want to know, what they really need to hear constructively. Just don't go in there blazing saying, F you, fix this, blah, 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 blah. I mean, you got to be, you know, cool about it. Yeah, even though it's probably warranted to be a little frustrated in your wording. But oftentimes change doesn't come with volatility, you know. When I'm trying to lose weight or you're trying to quit whatever, when someone's trying to consistently hound you and tell you how horrible you are and you got to fix it, that never works. Maybe 1 out of every 1,000, maybe, but like you want to be open-minded and come at it in a constructive way and just let them know. So I already filled my survey out. I'll be continuing to do that. I'll be continuing to talk about the little things here and there that really just grind my gears. But I'll also be talking about my updates like I normally do and all the good stuff that comes with this platform. And I would love to hear your thoughts on this whole topic. Like I said, I know a lot of people have done their take on this already, but I really just wanted to think about it for a day because I didn't want to go too hard. The site means a lot. It's a great place to sell. But there's a lot of improvements that could be made. I'm looking forward to said improvements, and hopefully the day comes where hopefully the day doesn't come where they're no longer the big dog. Because I think as long as Tcgplayer is thriving, everyone's thriving, and the more sellers that are out there, it just kind of helps keep this whole thing going. So let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.